Let's recap. Mona, our Maine Coon, lived with a breeder and loads of other cats for the first year or so of her life, and she was very happy. However, after a traumatic pregnancy, a forever home was needed for her, and just over 3 months ago, we gave her this. Although Mona wasn't unhappy with us, she did seem just a little bit lonely. When Mona lived at her previous home, her best friend was another Maine Coon called Rosie, and after we heard that Rosie was also in need of a forever home, we didn't waste any time in offering our services. But would they remember each other after being separated for more than 3 months? Well, last week we found out. So stay with us to find out how that introduction went and how they're getting on with us now. Do consider subscribing if you like this kind of content, and we'd also really appreciate a like. The journey from Jess's house, the Maine Coon breeder, who has been awesome throughout, I should add, was about an hour and a half, and Rosie meowed and cried quite literally the whole way. You can hardly blame her. I mean, 1 minute she was playing in a garden and the next she's in a car, travelling to who knows where. We finally got home, and this is when I brought her into our house for the first time. She still obviously doesn't know what's going on. Trying to be as careful as possible. She was quite heavy. And then we've got Mona on the table in the kitchen. That's my mother-in-law, Pat. Hello. There's Mona. Hasn't seen what's in the box just yet. Just a normal day. What's going on down there? Is it food you've got me? Yep. Hang on. What? Funny smell. And open up the top. Oh, paw coming out the side there. Rosie wants to stretch her legs. She's a big cat. Comes out, has a little look around, quite confident, more confident than when Mona came to us. Mona's looking now. Hang on, what is going on? What is that? Do I recognise her? Don't know. Tail down. You see, she's not happy at the moment. Trying to work out what the deal is. So we're just trying to reassure Mona here, let her know that we're still here. Give her a bit of comfort. Must be weird. And meanwhile, Rosie's exploring. Like I said, quite confident cat. Only looks around for reassurance once again. And Rosie's off underneath the table. And Mona's thinking, hang on, that's my table. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's my table. But still no signs of aggression. No hissing at this point. And here, what's in there? It looks like outside. Looks fun. Come back to that later. And this is where she goes off, starts exploring the rest of the house. We're upstairs now in our bathroom, and Mona's just following her everywhere, having a little sniff of her tail. At least I think it's her tail. And yep, where are you off to? And there she goes. On to the next room. Still exploring. It's really strange this because Mona did nothing like this. She went straight behind a sofa and stayed there for hours. Rosie, she's into everything straight away. Mona's just looking on though. No real signs of aggression. Occasionally a little bit of a growl, a bit of a grrr. And that's it. Rosie's she's a tall cat. Having a little sniff there. And this continued. This went on and on for about an hour, hour and a half or so. But as the afternoon turned into evening, they started to spend more and more time with each other. And eventually we got them to eat together. which was nice. And they just seemed more relaxed. And I think eventually Rosie started to relax more herself.
No. Where are you going now? Where are you going? Yep. You're just bottom there. Yep. You're just going to flop there, are you? That's fine. That's just fine. Yeah. How are you this morning? Seems like you've got more energy than you should have.
The next day, and they continued to become closer. For two cats that aren't related and aren't kittens to be so comfortable in each other's company in such a short time leads us to only one conclusion. Mona and Rosie recognise each other in some way. Whether it's visually or by scent, who knows? And progress continues, and it's so nice to see. Mona seems happier. Rosie seems comfortable. Last night the pair of them were blackguarding outside together in our enclosed area until it became so dark we could barely see them and had to get them in. It's great to see them playing around in this way. Mona has her best friend back, and they're going to spend the rest of their lives together. Do subscribe to follow their adventures and also to witness the introduction of two little Maine Coon kittens in around 3 weeks' time. What will they think of that? Personally, I think they'll be just fine.